everyone, and welcome to the second OU TV podcast ever.
Yes, welcome back. We're happy to have you. Mike and I are very excited to introduce our favorite guest of all time.
Our favorite guest.
Very flattering.
Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
I am Seth Winnick. I am a fourth-year film studies major, and I'm happy to be here on this Monday evening.
Oh, yeah. Favorite guest of all time because, as of this point, our only guest of all time.
But our best one.
Yeah, he's on top of the rankings right now. The weekly AP.
The power rankings.
The coaches poll. The coaches poll has him at number one.
Yeah, number one.
AP
Bama and a close fifth.
Oh man.
So
Urban's still at 2 though.
Urban's still at 2. Yeah.
He's always
he
up
doesn't
there.
trump this, but I should leave the Trump jokes out of it, right?
But jokes are jokes.
Yes.
Jokes are jokes. We'll always take jokes.
Of course, jokes are funny usually.
To get the conversation going, we have a topic. Luckily, as we were setting up for this podcast, the venerable Mem from OUTV was walking by into the video office, and we asked him, what is something that we should talk about in this podcast? Because we don't know.
Yeah, we're prepared.
Because we don't know what we're going to talk about. Mem's idea was the city of Columbus. Do you like the city? Do you not like the city?
I think we should start off. You brought it up.
Sure.
What do you think? What do you think of the city of Columbus?
Not really much to compare it to in terms of my life,
Nice.
in terms of living places. Only lived in one other place other than Columbus. That said, Columbus is the shit.
Yes.
I do like Columbus.
Yes, I agree.
More specifically, it's hard really to compare Columbus to OSU because OSU is a small city in itself.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
But I do make it downtown sometimes. I do hang out at some of the parks down there, and it's a good city. It's a solid Midwest city.
I heard they have a what do they call it? A Chinatown down there? Do they have that kind of thing?
I don't know.
'Cause someone told me they
know.
had something like that. Like
That'd
they
be
had
cool. I've yet to go to a bona fide Chinatown in my life,
Really?
and I feel like that's just something that everyone should do.
Nice. I see. If I'm comparing it to my hometown, there's a lot less cornfields.
Okay.
A lot less subways as well.
That's
A
what
lot of
I've
subways in my hometown.
I've heard that Columbus is the biggest city in America that doesn't have a subway system.
Oh, you're talking about
believe
actual
that.
subway, like the train.
Are you
I was
talking about
the
Subway
restaurant.
sandwich?
Yeah, I'm talking about sandwich.
Oh,
I had
wow.
I had like 6 in my hometown.
Wow.
Not even OSU compares to my hometown.
Wow.
I'm only talking about the important things here.
Subway's good though. There's one right
Apparently.
next to my apartment. Do you have a go-to Subway sandwich?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
What is it?
Just ham and American cheese and boring as hell.
What is that? Is that like a $5 foot long?
No, it's a full-on... Wait, no. It's just a foot long. Regular
Okay.
foot long. Yeah.
I get the meatball marinara. It's a lot of food, and it's only $5, so I get that every time.
Still only $5. I think I stopped going there after they ended that whole promotion thing because they.
I miss the commercials, honestly. more
Yeah,
than the food.
they were pretty good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Seth, sorry to interrupt.
No, you
Seth,
go.
Your views on Columbus.
I am from this near area, and Westerville is a small suburb.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is.
Not that far from here, and compared, I mean, what you said, OSU is its own little city. I mean, it has its own zip code because it has its own post office.
Easiest zip code known to man.
Oh, yeah, such a good zip code. The best zip code, for sure.
Anyone listening doesn't know. 43210, right?
Incredible. It's incredible. I don't think you could come up with a better
Modern
one.
day science, right there.
How do they come up with zip codes? Whose job is that?
Federal government.
Oh.
I have no idea, actually. Probably.
That would make sense that the government comes up with zip codes.
It's government conspiracies.
There you go.
There's a code behind it somewhere.
But yeah, Columbus, pretty great in my opinion as well. So
Yeah.
I think we're
All in agreement. All in
all
agreement.
positive vibes.
All in
here.
agreement. So if Columbus wants to sponsor this
Yeah.
next podcast, you know where to hit us up.
Thank you, Mem, for that topic.
Yeah, mem.
Next topic, just spitballing here.
Fall break.
Fall break.
We had fall break. A week ago, less than a week ago. Fall break consists of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's 2 days off. Not even
a new thing for OSU.
new, much needed, much.
Oh, definitely.
When did they
much
implement that? Was last year the
Yeah,
first fall
last
break year? I am not
It was
complaining.
glorious.
It's only 2 days, but
very
it's
nice.
yeah, it's 2 days, but it's right where you need it.
Exactly, but then the teachers conveniently put midterms right before it. Just get thrown at you.
Yep.
So did you guys do anything fall break?
That's some good plans, man. I just binge watched some Netflix.
That's the best plan.
Yep.
You guys were here in Columbus. You stayed here at school.
I went home, but I honestly I love campus life, and then home life can be a little stressful at times. But
Those home cooked meals, though.
well, I had a lot of Red Lobster and
Oh,
Chipotle.
man.
And
Subway.
which is only
Any
the
Subway?
No
Yeah.
Subway. God, I had to take a break.
shame.
Man. Come on now. There's only 6 Subways.
I went to Washington D.C. and it was the
Jeez.
coolest trip.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
my roommate, his girlfriend lives in Washington D.C. So they
Convenient.
had me, my roommate, and our other roommate. We spent the whole weekend in her 1-bedroom studio apartment,
God.
sleeping on air mattresses. But man,
That's
it
a
was
dream.
awesome. Yeah, we went to the National Mall, which I fully went full tourist mode.
Oh yeah.
Took pictures of everything.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Dude, did you go everywhere? Did you go everywhere? Or did you any place you didn't hit?
We did not see the Jefferson Memorial,
Okay.
which is like just a smaller version of
Yeah.
other memorials.
Right.
It looks like, but I would say the coolest one that I went to was the Washington Monument, which is just the huge
Obelisk.
obelisk,
That's
right?
the term.
And
I
it's
think.
there's nothing really fancy about it. There's nothing really, I don't know. It's not massive, but like you just walk up to it and they have it in the middle of this kind of small hill field thing, and you walk right up to it and you can just, I don't know, it's really cool.
I don't know about you. Did you have a class trip in middle school to go? Because I know there's a
Yes,
thing
but I actually opted out of it. I don't
Ooh.
remember why, but I just was not that big a fan.
Have you ever gone?
I have not. I would love to, though, because I'm a big fan of museums, and they got the Smithsonian there.
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
something-
about that.
That's something I wish
Great
I
movie.
went and saw.
Great movie.
What?
That's
Smithsonian?
debatable. That I'd say the Battle of the Smithsonian.
Yeah, Battle of Smithsonian.
That's a
Great.
movie?
Look at
Classic.
the museum. Ben
Yeah,
Stiller.
Night-
Oh,
takes it
okay.
down.
Night at the Museum. Classic. That is a classic. Will go down in the history
I have
annals
some
of movies.
bad stories about our class trip down to Washington D.C.
Would you like to share one on this
I
podcast?
honestly
for us?
should not, but
You can plead the fifth.
no, yeah, I'll plead the fifth. Kind of think about it. I shouldn't have even brought it up, but a buddy of mine being stupid.
All right.
Did it involve Secret Service?
No, but it involved. Oh man, I don't even want to hint at it, but
You got.
You have to.
Yeah,
okay,
you're
it was at
teasing.
a certain like a museum,
Okay.
in which
where this is
his
going.
his past heritage or his current
Okay.
heritage would have been involved.
Right?
Okay.
It involved him trying to be a little too funny around his friends, and got him kicked out of the museum. I'll
Fair
leave it
enough.
at that.
Fair
It's
enough.
a story for the post show that we don't have. I'll tell you guys after.
Maybe,
oh,
yeah,
man.
maybe not second podcast
Yeah,
material. For
that's
trying
like
to
it's like the
set up a good-
50th. Yeah, long story,
Wow.
man. But yeah, Washington D.C. is a great trip. How far? Speaking of trips, you guys ever left the country?
Yes.
You have? Where have you gone?
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Ooh.
Yeah.
For what?
It was
vacation?
a mission trip, but then the second week was technically a vacation.
Oh,
and
damn.
Antigua was the name of the place I was
Oh my
staying
God.
at. And there was a very nice church there. They had a crepe place that was right across the street.
Nice.
10 out of 10 would recommend Nutella crepes.
Oh,
Just
crepes.
putting that out there.
nice.
Everybody should go try it.
Dumb question.
Okay.
Guatemala is located in southern America?
Yes.
Southern
America.
Is it-
Geography is not my strong suit, but I can definitely tell you that. I definitely was going south when I got
Is
on
it
the
is it
plane.
in like the little kind of umbilical cord that connects the U.S. to South America, or is it in the body of South
I
America?
believe it's in
don't
the
know.
top-ish part of the body because it's
Okay.
relatively large.
If you would have asked me this like in high school Spanish class, we learned this.
Right.
I would have told you, but you know what? It's not America.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, no, I feel bad as well. But
All right. Travel.
Travel.
Michael, where have you been?
So
Where have you been outside of the U.S.?
Canada doesn't count. I was there for Niagara Falls. That doesn't count.
Ooh, still fun.
It was fun. Yes, it was fun. I went down a barrel. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
Went on a cruise several years ago to Caribbean. So got to go
Okay.
to like a part of Haiti.
That sounds
And then
lovely.
It was
Just
nice.
lovely.
it was all like Americanized areas.
Right.
So I didn't get a ton
I
of
think
culture.
I think you find with a lot of just very touristy areas,
Yeah.
it ends up being sort of like Americanized or like
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Ocho Rios, Jamaica was probably the closest to non-Americanized. Got to Dunn's River Falls. You ever heard of that? Great, cool little like fall thing. You get to climb up with like a tour guide. It's really cool.
How long did that take?
To like go up it,
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes.
Mm,
The travel
that's
time was
nothing.
longer. You ever gone ziplining?
Oh god,
Yes.
I love zip lining.
That's a good time.
So your zip lines you've gone on, is it the long one, just the one long one, or is it multiple like across canopy?
That's the one I've done before. I've
Canopy?
done like it was this really cool kind of valley that we were in. It's
Nice.
actually near Cincinnati. If any of you, that's where I live. So
Oh, really?
if any of you go down to Cincinnati, try out like the Fort Ancient zip lining course or whatever. You just go really high in the trees, and I'll be honest, it's terrifying, but but it's awesome.
I believe it. What about you?
Oh man, I just did the really long one. It was at a camp I went to over the summer, and it went up from way up high in these woods areas, and it landed you in a body of water, and it was
You went into water?
Wow.
yeah,
That's
and
really cool.
That's something
you
James
would,
Bond would
You
do.
would like have to drop down, and it was a pretty significant
Oh, no
drop,
way,
but
you
it
dropped
wasn't
from it?
anything crazy, nothing terrifying.
That's
where
really
you couldn't
cool.
Get
And
hurt.
then there's machine guns that you have,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
things as you.
Targets. You get
Yeah.
bonus points the more you hit.
It was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie.
So I've been on both.
Oh
and,
wow.
And my experiences with the long one is that it's cool when you're like starting to like halfway, and then you start to see like your objective approaching. I wasn't a drop down. I was a slam into something.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't
Got to get those feet ready.
go like neck torque, that kind of thing.
Well, wait. So I don't understand this. There's another different kind of zip line. They have
Yeah.
just a very long
Very
one.
long one. Yeah.
How long would the ride last?
Mine was a mile long.
Wow. So how long is that in terms of minutes?
Not too long.
Like
I-
5 to 10?
Yeah, it was like 5 to 10.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
still a long
It's
time
gotta
to be zip lining.
I don't. I think mine
It-
was a mile, and it wasn't more than 5 minutes.
It was. I can't remember exactly. It was like 7 years ago. So 5 minutes is probably like my estimate, ish, because I might be thinking of the time that they slowly
take
like
it. We'll take
push
it.
you. But yeah, that's my experience.
Which one did you prefer? did
Oh,
you
the
say?
canopy. Canopy.
Oh, man.
Back over and over. Yeah,
Killing
definitely.
me. But I did land in the water, so yeah.
And in terms of where I've been lucky enough to go to Europe a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Little known fact about me, I actually grew up in London, England.
Really?
So I've done
don't
a
have an
little
accent.
bit of.
I hear it. No, I hear the accent.
My
that-
family's American, so I don't have an accent.
Well-
which I think, I don't. If you had a choice, would you guys want an English accent
Yes.
or an American accent?
English.
Where am I living? Is the
Like
Doesn't matter.
you're an Ohio
Okay.
State student right now.
Definitely taking the accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets
Definitely.
the ladies. It gets the ladies.
And I sound sophisticated 24/7.
Absolutely.
No matter what I say.
Yeah.
What? Okay, this is something that I've never understood. So what?
Neither do I.
English people, like British people, they've created this English language that we Americans also use.
Yes.
Yet I feel like the way they pronounce a lot of words totally contradicts the rules of their own language. For example,
Okay.
English city called, and we Americans would pronounce it Nottingham,
Okay.
but a British person would pronounce it Nottingham.
That was good. That was
How
really
is
good.
it? How is it like? You look at the HAM at the end of that word, and you by the sounds of the letters of the English language, you should be saying it ham,
Yes.
even though the British people they say Nottingham.
I don't know. I guess it's just like region, because people in the South say stuff differently than people in the North.
That's true.
So true. That dialect, it'll get you.
I
Just confuses me.
It
It
confuses
keeps
me.
me up at night every night. I
Every
actually
night?
haven't slept in
What
a week.
about
That's crazy.
the word ma'am? How they say it like mum? That confused me for the longest time. I always thought they were calling
Mom, like
yeah,
mom.
I thought they were like in James Bond they called M like her letter name or whatever was like M, and he always would call her mum, and I'd be like, is that his mom? I'm confused.
It's
like,
an endearing term that the British use. They just call everyone their mom.
but they're saying ma'am, and it sounds. I've learned to love it, and I think it sounds way better than saying ma'am, because it's like I don't even know.
So
It's
is that your favorite British saying? British kind of.
no, I probably have to go with their expression for when they've wet their pants. It's like wee weed in me bridges.
I've never heard that.
Yeah,
Yep.
it sounds so much better. If you have a British kid, you can look this up. Nick Swartzen talks about this in a stand-up where he's like, the kid just, I just pissed my pants, and you're gonna get pissed. But if you have a kid that goes, oh mom, I just wee-weed in me bridges, you're gonna be like,
yeah.
oh, that's
I
adorable.
totally agree with
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I totally.
And it sounds
I
sophisticated.
agree.
Back to my original point.
I totally agree when you say it like that.
Oh man, yeah.
My favorite British phrase is "Bob's your uncle." Have you ever heard
I
of
Oh,
don't know
yes.
that one.
Bob's your uncle?
That is a good one.
I
Inform me.
still don't really know like the nuances of how a purely British person like slides that into a conversation. But Michael, to explain,
Let me hear it.
Bob's your uncle. A lot of the times it comes at the end of your phrase or your sentence,
Okay.
and it kind of is just like a recap of, and that's what I just said.
Really?
You know, I may be butchering it, but it's like you would say, like, you would ask me, how do I get to the Union Marketplace downstairs? And I would tell you,
Good question.
well, Mike, you old chap, walk out this door, take a right, and then you'll find it. And walk downstairs, and Bob's your uncle.
I've never heard that.
It's a good one though.
But there's a difference between north like UK and like south UK.
Right.
So I've had people, I've watched people, I've listened to people I think are all north. So maybe it's a south thing. I could be wrong. It could be offending multiple people.
I don't know.
Dialects, like the study of different dialects, is very like a complicated thing. I have a friend that does that here at OSU, and even within like Ohio, you can pick like 2 or 3 different Ohio accents.
I believe it. You know one thing about Ohio is I get told this by people I know in Illinois, and they're like, yeah, you guys have a weird accent. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, for the word, how do you pronounce like Peyton?
Like Peyton Manning?
Yeah, do you say Peyton?
Peyton, yeah.
Do you say Peyton or do you say Peyton?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton. That's an Ohio thing. Other people say Peyton.
Peyton. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Really pronouncing that T
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
See, that's so subtle.
Yeah.
Very, you know.
Never thought about it, right? Another thing, golden shower. No, not golden shower. Sun showers. Sun showers. Do you know what a sun shower is? Jesus,
Just,
how the hell did
just sunbeams, like a sun.
It's when it's raining and sunny out.
Oh, okay.
It's a sun shower. That's a South thing.
A South
Really?
term.
That's a South term.
Okay.
That's what I'm told. South and California, I think, is it? But that's so weird because California doesn't get rain.
I still don't know if it's pop or soda. I don't know.
It's pop.
I just pick a random one
And it's
kinda
GIF
go
as well.
for it. Okay, it is. Okay, that actually is a very good point that you bring up.
It's GIF.
It is GIF.
Yes. Okay.
Are we in agreement?
Where did we learn this? I just need to know the origin source.
Oh, it's from God. Yeah.
Okay,
God.
okay. Divine intervention has
Divine.
struck
Burning
this
Bush told
podcast,
me,
and
yeah.
it is GIF. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
But one thing I want to say before we lose accents, I want to say my favorite British phrase.
Okay, here we go.
If you're like talking to someone and they say something, you don't know what the heck they're saying, so you're just like, what are you talking about, right?
Right.
I like the British saying of, what do you want about?
Um,
It's demeaning to the point where they feel like they're stupid and smart sounding enough to where it sounds like you're smart.
Because you're just asking them what they're on about.
What are you on about?
But it's the way it's asked. I agree. It's kind of like
It's
what
like
the
insulting.
hell are you doing?
it is good.
I love it. It's my favorite. But yeah.
That's something that's reasons like that are reasons why you have to watch, the English version of The Office.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. You have to watch, as many British clips as you can.
British comedies are fantastic.
Because they're like they use
They
the
drop
language
that
way different than
left
us.
and
It's
right,
so
man.
funny, yeah.
They're
It's so
wittier
great.
than us. All right, how are we doing
We're
on time?
about 18 minutes.
18 minutes, okay.
That's pretty solid.
That is a fun-filled podcast, I
Fun-filled.
think, that we've had.
Yeah, we had some
Jam-packed.
accents, some
A lot of knowledge,
locations.
teaching.
Yeah,
Time just flew
you
by.
can't ask for much more.
I can't.
All right, so I think on that note, we will wrap it up.
Anyone have any last words?
Last words, Seth. Thank you for being the greatest guest this
Ever
podcast
had.
has
Thus
ever
far.
seen.
Thus far.
Ever seen.
It's truly an honor.
Honestly, I don't. Yeah, it's an honor. I don't want to boast myself at all.
Uh,
but yeah. So, officially concluding
All right.
second podcast of OUTV.
Do we have outro music too?
Yeah.
Cue the outro music.
Wow.
You've been thunderstruck. Okay.
All right, weekly trivia. This week's trivia question is following the theme of British phrases. The British call one of their favorite meals fish and chips, which is a slab of fish and a plate of French fries. Classic meal, everyone loves it. The trivia question is, what do British people call chips? So what we Americans call chips, what is the word for that in British slang?
British slang, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, give us an answer at the next OUTV meeting, and you could win
$1 million.
a prize that is not $1 million.
$1 million.
Thanks again for listening to the podcast.
Thank you.
Have a good day.